Paul. What's good, man? Tonight's episode, I got a whole thing of land shark tonight, buddy.
You're gonna need it, buddy.
We're gonna need it. It's gonna be a hell of an episode. Finally, tonight, I have somebody on the stream that I've wanted to have on the show for a long time. It's been requested. This is probably the most requested guest of anybody.
For sure.
You know who it is? Do you know who it is? It's not Billy Kyle.
Wait. Oh, wait.
No, it's not Billy
Paul.
Kyle.
Wait,
no.
I think producer Paul. Never mind.
No, it's not you. It's not you.
No, it's Grinder. Bot Grinder.
No, Grinder is an application, Paul. Paul's over there like, I don't know nothing about that.
I'm not even drinking right now.
You're not even drinking. No. Yes, Bot Grinder is going to be joining us here in just a moment. He's actually backstage. And this stream is going to get absolutely incredible.
Crazy. Yeah.
Paul, we have buttons, we have things, we have all the we
have
pulled
buttons.
We have all the buttons. We have all the buttons.
Well, I don't have any buttons on my end, so you better be good on your end, buddy.
I have a button, Paul. I have a button.
And you know how to use it.
I know how to use this. So I have a button. But I guess you know what, Paul? I've got a beer, I've got a button. Go ahead and fucking put that intro on.
I'm Gene, and welcome to another episode of Potato Jet.
It's actually Bot Grinder.
Bot who?
I promise next time we'll be better. I promise next time we'll be better and all that. I promise next time we'll be better. You know, I don't say this a lot, but I promise next time we'll be better. Next time we'll hopefully be better. I promise next time we'll be better. Next time it's gonna be just a fucking ripper.
Is this what happens when you invite? Is this what happens when you invite Bot Grinder on a stream? What?
To be fair, I told you to shut your windows. I told you shut your windows, or this would happen. I said the smoke will permeate. I tried to warn you.
I just got
Oh,
brownies,
shit.
bro.
Oh, I feel like I'm getting.
What a great little montage.
You know what? When you have a guest like this, you have to have an intro like that.
That was
Yeah, it was
fantastic. I
fun.
am honored. I am honored to be here. I was honored that that was made. I also just realized how much I promised that. It's almost like it's every video. That's crazy. Almost
You do make a lot of promises, but you know what? A broken promise is another promise owed, so they say.
I think every video is better than the last, so I'm really just lying to myself, not anybody else.
No, dude, the videos are absolutely awesome. And it's getting, you can see the progression of everything, man. You can see the progression of everything, which I think is pretty fucking cool, to be honest with you.
Bro, I figured out what a LUT was. That was game changing. There's been a few big game changers for this guy.
Oh yeah?
A LUT, yeah. So I went into it knowing nothing, so everything I do, I just learn as I go. I didn't know how to edit, didn't know how to fly a drone, obviously, didn't know how to do anything.
How did all this start?
Talk to people.
How did all this start? Because like you sort of came onto the scene out of fucking nowhere. You got motors, you've got people. You are the notorious BOT.
It's the last I was on Quad Talk with Kat and Jake last with this program here, and it had said Jared Leto gave me money once was my name, and I was like, oh, I better change that, which was a true story we can get into later. But yeah, notorious BOT. Yeah, Jared Leto. Before he was a cool cult guy, he was just like, Rocket to Mars and My So-Called Life guy. Oh, I was panhandling. Well, this is a good way to segue into what I was going to say before we start. I was panhandling, and Jared Leto walked by, and I was like, I didn't recognize who it was. He just looked familiar to me, and I was like, "Spare any change, bro?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got like $3." And I was like, "Dude, you look mad familiar. Like, did we go to high school together or something? Like, you look really familiar." And he's like, "No, I'm like an actor, and I play in a band." And I was like, "Angela, you were Angela's boyfriend, My So-Called Life. Like, I know who you are now. Right on." And he gave me like $3.40. But okay, so how I got started in FPV, I was homeless for like 15 years. I was like a crust punk train rider, alcoholic, drug addict, just like lowest level of society, homeless person. And then I was living in a squat in Philadelphia. Actually, this was maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago. No, Jesus, yeah, about 6-7 years ago. A little cleaned up, but I was staying in a squat in Philly where I was living, and I found a Hubsan X4. I bought a Hubsan X4, the little toy drones you like put a memory card in, and I'd fly it around the train tracks and go home and like put it in my little crappy laptop and watch the footage, just like, oh, I filmed that from the air. I loved it. It was so freaking cool. And one day I was living in my house that I own now, off drugs, off everything. Living in my house, and I was just like, I wonder if people like race drones, because these little things are a thing. So I Googled racing drone, and then I saw Zoe FPV, I saw Charpoo, I saw the DRL, I saw everything that was around, about 5 years ago in FPV, and immediately was like, yes, I am doing this. This is like my life now. I want to fly FPV. Oh, so cool. It was like, I literally, I tell people this all the time. I was searching for something in my life. I had a hole in me, and I needed something to do. My whole life was like doing drugs on the street. I was very stable. I was in a house, not doing drugs. I didn't know what to do with my life. And then I found FPV, and immediately I was just like, boom, obsessed every single day. I haven't looked back almost 5 years later now. I just saw FPV and ran with it.
But that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Like when you hear like this story that come up, a lot of times people just sort of see the finished product, and now you're putting out shit. I mean, you're almost daily with content, right?
Twice a week, Saturdays and Wednesdays for over a year now. I was doing weekly. I was doing weekly, then I decided to step it up because I wanted to grow my numbers. The first 3 years of my channel, I'm only like year 4 now, actually, or whatever. But my first like 3 years, I said unsubscribe, dislike. I never pushed anything. And then once I realized like I can make money doing this, I started being like, subscribe to my channel. Like I'm going to try to make good content and be, because I was real like I just make any crappy video and throw it up on YouTube because I was like, whatever, I don't care. I just wanted to watch my videos myself. But once I started noticing people were watching and like critiquing even and like liked my stuff, I was like, ooh, I got to try a little bit harder now. And so I just started trying harder, and then I did once a week, and now I'm like, okay, this is my job now. Let me do twice a week, and that's hard. I can't do any more than that. I could not do daily unless like the quality were to suffer. I don't have enough parts to do daily FPV anything.
It does get really hard to start cranking out like daily videos. I tried it. Like it mentally breaks you to the point where you almost don't want to do it. The cool thing about YouTube is it's like a job, but it's not a job. It's actually fun. Is something actually on fire? I thought the shit dissipates.
Your skit gone horribly wrong.
Fuck. Oh shit. I don't know. Something's definitely not on fire, but fuck it. It's fine. But I see you guys have the Friday night with Bot, which is pretty cool. It actually used to be beers with Bot.
Yeah, because I would get fucking hammered.
So I've taken over the Wednesday night beers with Dobo shit.
Yeah, get it.
So
I changed it. I stopped drinking, so I changed the name of it to just I think it's like Botgrinder Live or whatever. But
it's
that
good
was
though,
crazy.
man.
The very first
awesome.
one, thank you. I mean, it was just like I do shit when I'm ready to do shit if I want to do it. I didn't want to drink anymore, so I just stopped. You know what I mean? Like same with everything. Like drugs, I quit. I was ready to stop. No pressure. I didn't like do anything horrible. I just like right on. I'm done with this now. Some of them took a lot longer than others. Like alcohol took me forever. You know, but I don't say I didn't quit alcohol. I just don't drink right now. If I want to drink a beer, I'll go drink a beer right now. Have no feelings about it whatsoever. I just drank a beer. Then I'll go 9 months without drinking any beer at all. You know, it's easier for me if I'm like, I didn't quit drinking. I just don't want to drink right now. No big deal.
But that's how Paul is. Paul, he doesn't drink because like when Paul drinks, I mean, he goes streaking down his development. You know, he lives in some bougie ass part of Florida.
Some of us are like that. Some of us.
I don't remember the times I drank.
I don't know. He goes and streaks in front of the gate guard and shit, so it gets messy. But no, that's great to hear the story of how like you sort of started the channel, because I know I saw I forgot how it stumbled. I stumbled across you when I first started. I was trying to figure out things about VTXs and stuff, and I'm watching your review on the Rush VTX. I'm like, oh, damn, I've never met somebody that curses more than me. People bitch about me cursing. I know, and right? I'm like, this dude just makes me feel like I'm at home.
Because my whole thing is I'm real. I don't hold back. I don't pretend to be anything. And my grandmother, I grew up cursing. You just curse every fucking shit, everything. But
people mistake that you're not intelligent because you curse. But no, it's quite the contrary. I mean,
I wouldn't be flying FPV as a career if I wasn't halfway intelligent. You know what I mean? Exactly. I'm not the smartest guy, but like I have common damn sense. I can figure some stuff out.
Exactly.
I just can't,
Exactly. I just let it rip. If it's there, if you feel it, you let it rip, and that's just sort of the fucking way it goes. So you're out in Philly. That's funny. We've been texting back and forth for a little bit now, intermittently. I was up there twice now. We've missed each other twice when we've come up there because I know you've got some pretty freaking insane spots. I feel like Philadelphia is like that's the place though. Yeah, if you want to fly spots.
It is really cool. I'm really surprised there's not more active FPV. There's a lot of pilots, a lot of homies fly, but they have jobs and things. And I'm kind of surprised with the terrain. There isn't more higher level pilots, sponsored, whatever, freaking pilots. I'm the only one. I'm the only one in the state of Pennsylvania that I can that's like me or whatever.
Yeah, but you're right. You don't have, there's not a lot of Northeast pilots. I can only think of two. It's like you and Cricket. Cricket's in
Baltimore,
Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, he's about 2.5 hours from me.
Yeah, but I mean that's still pretty close. I mean, when you're in Philly, you can throw a rock anywhere and get there quick.
Yeah, I can go to 4 different states within 2-hour drive in Philadelphia. I love it. I love being so central to everything. I mean, New York City's an hour and a half away. There's some cool stuff.
So what's going on with the channel this year? What's the game plan? What's your plans for your channel?
Bigger stuff. I found out that things I do on my channel are tax write-offs. So I'm like, oh my God, this opens up a whole new door for me. Yeah,
absolutely does.
So I'm just planning bigger stuff, bigger things to do. Hopefully traveling a lot more this summer to do some traveling stuff since everybody's getting vaccinated, and we're all freaking out about not being able to do everything.
Yeah, we're not zombies anymore.
I want to be safe. I definitely want to be safe, but I also want to travel. And I have pretty good common sense, so I think I can travel safely. So I'm going to freaking do it. I've been lining up some shoots and stuff. I got Colorado lined up at the end of summer. I got some other stuff locally lined up. I want to go to Long Island. I want to go to Michigan and hang out with my buddy BREW. I want to go to Florida and see folks down there. I just want to cruise around a little bit safely this summer and make some road trip vlogs and just some bigger stuff.
So how are you have you done any travel vlogs where you're actually editing on the road? Because I know that's one of the things, as a creator, it's almost like no days off, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. I don't think people understand that. Even when we're on vacation, we still have our laptop and shit, so we keep content going.
I almost bought a new tripod because I was like, this one's kind of unwieldy.
You about had to buy a new camera there.
I've dropped this before. It's fine. It's an M50.
He can
handle it. Yeah, this camera can handle it. It's a beast.
What are you filming
Canon M50.
Oh yeah, that thing can take a beating. That
Yeah,
can
it's
take
got a
beating
little,
and
it's a
keep
little
going.
silicone protector. My last one was Canon M7 Mark II, I believe it is. I dropped it. I was trying to do a vlog. I used to like to do vlog spins, you know, like for transition, spinning in and
Yeah, yeah.
out. I was hammered drunk in front of a bar talking to this lady, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing a vlog." And I went to do the spin, it's dropped and broke. So that's when
Oh,
I
shit.
upgraded to the M50 here.
No, M50 is absolutely a fucking beast of a camera. You know, and
I like
honestly,
it.
it doesn't even matter. One cool thing about like with FPV is like nobody gives a shit. Like, right?
No,
If
nobody
if you're
cares about
watching-
cameras. So
Oh
don't
yeah,
care about
exactly. This was just for me, literally, because I wanted interchangeable lenses. I was just like, that looks cool. I want to put a different lens. Never do it. Never swap lenses. I shouldn't have got it, but
I'm the
I like
same
my
way.
camera, you know.
I'm the same way. I keep one camera on, you know, one lens on.
you lost your audio, bro.
Well,
What happened, man? You
They
hit
get
the wrong
unplugged.
button. What I tell you about hitting the wrong button?
y'all got too many buttons going on. Too many
Yeah,
buttons.
I can still hear you, but I can't hear Ken, man.
Extremely low. Did you switch mics to one that's in your bathroom?
Is my audio that low?
There you
There
go.
you
You're
go.
good. Now you're good.
Whatever you just whatever you must have your cable must be loose or something in your back.
When I knocked my
Yeah,
camera
probably.
over, the cord probably yanked on your cord.
Yeah, he probably
'cause you're right
fucking
above me.
Bot fucking ripped my cord out, dude. Is it
It
back?
was an accident. I'm really
See,
high
that's what I
on
was talking about. I fuck up shit too, man.
drugs.
All the time.
Happens
You know
all
what
the
it
time.
is? It's this fucking XLR cable. It's a piece of shit on the back of this thing.
Yep. Looks
It's a
like it.
fucking piece of shit. So it's good now. You know what's funny? If anything goes wrong in the comment, you really audio. Fuck that fucking asshole. I smoke right there.
So
Oh,
I think your story is pretty is very inspiring could be for some people. I mean, you look where you started down. Did you get out of your homeless lifestyle through making content, or was that just kind of part of your
No, when I was 16 years old in 1996, I got kicked out of my parents' house for smoking weed. So that started me off my life of being on the freaking streets. Like there was a bunch of stuff, and then I was on the streets and I met some like people that were homeless and hitchhiked. So I was like, oh, you can just hitchhike around California and sleep on the beach. It was like, yo, if you're gonna be homeless, starting off in California is the place to do it because it makes you think everything is awesome. Like free weed everywhere, literally free farmers market food. Everybody's like a hippie, like, hey, sleep here, sleep in my car. Here's the beach. I was like, yeah, homeless rules. Then I went to Pittsburgh and I got the shit beat out of me and got addicted to heroin. It was no freaking joke. It was like completely different on the East Coast, but it was more real. And I still skated, right? I skated the whole time I was homeless. I always had my skateboard. Like I just skated my whole life. And I was just like, yo, East Coast, like Brooklyn Banks, like what's up? I was so stoked to be in like the dirty, gritty East Coast and skate all these places that I'd seen in videos growing up and everything, you know? So after like 5 years or so, it was like a choice to stay like in them streets because I enjoyed it, you know? I just rode freight trains everywhere I wanted in the country, skated every famous park, got, you know, free food, didn't have to work and shit. And then it became like not so like wanderlust childlike traveling and ski. Then it just became like a homeless heroin addict. I just wore sweatpants and New Balances. I had no sense of fashion. No offense to anybody that does, but
I'm not wearing New Balance ever again.
If
You'll
you're on
never
the
catch me in New
streets-
Balance ever again.
There's still like a little bit of fashion sense on the streets, like in the crust punk scene, you know what I mean? But I was just like straight, just a homeless drug. I was even a cool punk kid. I was a homeless drug addict. And I got over a lot of that and back to myself. And now here we are, you know? But it was like, it was just doing it for so long that got me out of it. I was just done. I wanted something else with my life. I tell my friends all the time, I just want to fucking wake up and go to work and hate my life. Like, I don't want to be in the streets hating my life. I want to go to work and have a job and a house and hate my life. Like, I want to be warm and doing this shit. You know what I mean? But then, like, I realized, shit, I don't have to get a 9 to 5. Like, I have not, you know, in between these 15 years of being homeless, I would settle up for 6 months at a time, a year at a time. I get a job cooking. I'd pay rent. I'd stay in a house. But the summertime would come around. I'd be like back out, you know, traveling and doing stuff. There's a punk show in Milwaukee I want to go to. So I just quit my job and leave my house and go travel or whatever. Just, you know, doing what I want. My whole thing was, as long as I don't negatively affect anyone, I want to do what I want with my life. So I try to handle my responsibilities living in a house. You know, I clean the freaking thing. If I didn't, they get the security deposit, like handle my stuff, quit my job 2 weeks notice, and then go take off and freaking do. So that's why I've lived everywhere. I lived in every major city in the US because of that.
That's kind of cool, though. You get to see the world, I guess, you know.
It's tight. It's sketchy and you're really poor all the time, but I'm really happy that I got to do it. I got to see shit nobody else got to see, experience things nobody else got to experience. I feel like a more well-rounded person because I got to do all that.
But that's
and
the
I
nice
struggled
thing
for all
about
of it.
being a creator, though, you know, and doing this type of work. I mean, it's just, you're sort of transient in a sense, you know, you don't have to be in one spot. And I think
it's perfect for me.
That's how I've been. I've been in
Are
a
you
rut, you
full-time
know.
now?
Was it?
You're full-time now, Bot, right?
Oh, for a couple of years now, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really
my job. I was just selling weed before this. So as soon as I started making more and I did selling a little bit of weed, I was like, okay, I'll just stop selling weed and keep doing FPV, like straight up.
So, but it's like, the thing about it is you can be a nice weed dealer. You fly it over, you land a quad, change the
People
pack
ask me
out.
that. I mean, I had like a business. I was 1 hour delivery anywhere in the city. Anything you want, eighth or over. You know what I mean? Nobody else was doing anywhere in the city delivery within an hour. It was a fucking pizza business for a year straight. That's what I did. That's all I did. Every day I'd just be driving all over the freaking city. Boom, 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 everywhere. Making my money and shit.
I bet you though, you would have been a banging Uber driver though. You know all the routes though. All the routes.
Oh yeah, fuck Uber. I'll fucking drive my own car. Yeah, I'll be my own damn. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't need it. My whole thing is I don't want to make money for someone else. I mean, you're always gonna make money for someone else.
Yeah.
But I want to cut out as many middlemen as possible to make my money. Is what I've always tried to do. What I try to do. And yeah, doing this, I'm 100 like 80% of my income is Patreon. You know what I mean? So it does come from somebody else. But I provide them
that's what I was gonna
content.
say. Is out of all the creators.
That's cool, man.
But Paul, you haven't seen many Botgrinder videos. I remember I told you, I said when you were building the intro, this is what I said to him. I said, listen, Paul, we're gonna build an intro for Bot, but I said I work from home, so I said I could watch his videos at full blast, and I don't give a shit because you already know. Like I said, but Paul, I want you to just download these videos and edit these tracks, but keep your AirPods in because you just never know, you know.
That is true.
Right.
I also like to if the volume in a song is a little loud, if it's not the whole way, that's on purpose. I like to fuck with people. Sometimes on accident, I don't edit with headphones on, it'll go. But most of the time, if it's like metal, I
what are you
turn
editing?
that up and editing in Premiere.
Premiere, yeah, I use Premiere too. I usually hit it like negative 10 dB on the tracks that I'm running.
Yeah.
But that's funny as shit though, because I'll be listening to a track and all of a sudden, like, I'll be watching one of your videos, and all of a sudden it just blasts me out. I'm like, motherfucker.
Especially if it's metal. The hip hop I'll leave at a normal volume typically, but metal I want to be a little jarring, just to be.
But that's the other thing though. You jam out to some freaking great tracks. I got to imagine that shit gets demonetized quick as shit though.
Well, I don't monetize. I made that choice like my very first video. I knew about monetization and how it worked. It was a little different when I started. You would get blocked, but they got rid of that like years and years ago.
Yeah.
So I made a choice to use the music that fit the video instead of trying to make it. Because what would I make right now? I get like the most a video get is like 12,000 views. So I'll make $40 off that. I'd much rather.
I don't know, dude. You got some crazy, and looking over your numbers, you've got some crazy fucking watch time.
Still, it's more important to me that the music fits the video than I make a few extra dollars on it. So I made a choice to never monetize a video. I press the monetize button so it'll put my t-shirt link up, but I don't make any ad revenue from YouTube. Like my ad revenue from YouTube is $0 a month.
I just found that granola bar I ran over a couple of days ago.
Impressive.
Oh,
I like your logo.
God.
How'd you come up with that?
My buddy just did it. It was supposed to be different. Like I needed a logo for my video, and my buddy here, local in town, just did it up. And I was like, right on. I'll switch to something else later if I stick with this. And I just love it so much. I never changed it.
Yeah,
it's sort of iconic. The logo.
It's very iconic.
If you search for Botgrinder, it pops up. It pops up almost everywhere.
Yeah.
The other cool thing is you've got
SEO is pretty good.
You've got,
almost reminds me of like of the Rotor Riot, like just has that feel, but I think yours looks cool. Really, really cool.
Nah, well, you did some stints with Rotor Riot though.
I did. I was with them for 6 months. I had the second shortest stint with them. I quit after 6 months. Little Stellar Fox quit after like 3 days or something like that.
So what went down? Because nobody ever tells the true story unless you ask it from the horse's mouth. So what went down?
I've talked about it a few times in other stuff, but it's basically the Rotor Riot I joined that I thought I was joining was not the one that it is. The one I thought I was joining was like, Stingy, Steel, Tommy, the good fun times where they went to exotic locations all the time and did interesting content. When I joined, it was when they started to switch to like the money making people instead of like the good FPV content channel. You know what I mean? There was a different flop when it went from like, this is good quality FPV content to let's just push out whatever crap to make money.
Let's make you buy shit.
Yeah, pretty much. And I joined right when they started doing that switch. And it was just like they weren't paying nobody. They weren't giving us nothing. And the final straw was we were on a shoot and we're getting lunch. And the dude was like, okay, oh, no, you have to pay for your own food. And we're like, wait, we're on a shoot. We're not paying for our own food. Like, you don't pay us to do this. We're not getting anything at all. Like, they used to just pay for food and stuff. That was like the very least thing. They were like, cool, let's just order expensive ribs then.
I mean, even Dobo
or whatever. But
well,
it was just like little things like that I was like, man, I just can't do this anymore. I can't like consciously promote them and like fuck with this. So I left. I just decided to quit. And I was still working for Quad Box, and I knew I was going to get spite fired if I quit Rotor Riot, I knew I was going to get fired from Quad Box. And sure enough, like a month later, got fired from Quad Box, which was the best thing that's ever happened to me in my career, my FPV career. But I was still kind of butthurt, you know, because I worked really hard for them. Like I put a lot of work into that company. And
you're still with TBS now, right?
I've never been with TBS. I just make parts.
You got
them.
You got the parts with them though. You got
I
the
make my motors with them. Yeah,
and you've got
just some people think I'm like on their team or whatever, and I'm not.
No, but you got your motor line, which is actually pretty killer.
Yeah, I love my motors.
They're the only motors protected by magic.
Yes, that's right. That's a V1. That's a magical protection star. V2 is just a straight up pentagram. That's just a devil logo. V1 is the one that's a magical protection star.
Gotcha. So only V1s are magical, and the other ones just you going straight to hell.
Yeah, they're just devil motors. But V3, I'm working on a V3 of the grinders, like ultra beefy, like try to break this motor, asshole type thing.
I need a fucking 2306 from you or something, bro. Like got it like a little bit larger stator, but I know you fly. What's your stator of choice right now?
2207. But you know, I fly something that I like and I kind of stick with it. I don't change too much because I've changed gear my entire career, and I finally this past 2 years have stuff that I really like. You know, like the Hobby Wing ESC, the Radix flight controller, like my go-to stuff. And this stator, I would be cool with trying different stator sizes. I'm the only reason 2207. It's what I've always used. You know, so I
like the larger stators. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it just suits my style, but you have a similar, like your style sort of,
I don't know what my style is, man. I'm erratic.
Like floaty,
I don't
man.
fucking know.
It's like a floaty style.
That's Emu.
You know?
That's Emu. Emu's making that. Emu does the floaty.
Dude, it's so floaty, but it's pleasing to watch. You know, it's not like, you know, sometimes everybody's just trying to overdo it. It's almost nauseating in a sense, but you know, I feel like your style is sort of floaty. It's not predictable. It almost seems out of control, but it's in control at the same time. It's sort of,
I switched it up the past like couple months. Since I started running the peanut butter jelly props, I've been flying more aggressive. Like the past couple of videos,
dude, those are fucking great props. They
really are. They feel great. They're a little fragile, especially in the winter, but they stop on a dime. You turn immediately. They make me want to fly more aggressive, and I really do praise them for that. They're great for that.
I've tried like everybody's like, oh, you got to try the 4-blade props. You got to try this. I've tried, but I keep going back to the PB&Js. The only time I'll switch props is if I go to a higher altitude.
Oh, you know, I heard about that. That's just what, thinner air?
Yeah, thinner air. If you go up to like Colorado or something, yeah, you got to go like to the S5 because it's just you need more bite. Like the P3s, they ain't gonna cut it. They just won't cut it. You need more. You'll hear your motors just like working hard as shit. You'll see the amp draw is like sick. But you're hellbent. You're on analog, right? You had limited DJI experience.
That was my next question for him.
Yeah, I saw. I know you were going there. So,
I love my Orcas. Yeah, I mean, I want HD, but I can't support DJI as a company, so I'm not going to. I'm going to keep rocking my Orcas till they come out with HD or.
Well, rumor has it they're coming out with HD though, right?
Oh yeah, they are working on them.
I mean, it's got to be better than Fat Shark because I mean that's just a shit show. With have you tried?
I have one, yeah. My buddy FPVExchange.com hooked me up with a pair for a video, and I flew them for the video and never again. To me, like when people ask me how it is, I say it's like, you know, the original like run cam split cams, how that's HD. It looks like you're flying through one of those. So it's HD, but like
it's just barely. It's like full HD type of shit.
I mean, yeah, I you know, with the Red Cat acquisition of them, I just don't see it getting better. I don't see them pumping a lot of money into Fat Shark to make anything, let alone the HD system better, making any new goggles or anything. Yeah, that doesn't really make that much sense business wise to me. I don't know big business. I'm not that smart in business works, but I'm like, why would you spend money on that when there's DJI, who Rotor Riot is pushing, right? Like their sister company or whatever it is, or their daughter company. And then Orca's just crushing the analog. Like anybody that has Orcas has nothing but great things to say about them. Like they are fantastic analog goggles. So where does Fat Sharks fit in between Orca? Well,
they don't. They just don't. There's too many. Personally, I feel like there's too many compromises using Fat Shark, and you're just paying for, you know, you're paying for a name that used to be. It's almost like it has been at that point,
right?
But yeah, the Orcas. I mean, I flew with the
Sky Zone.
Sky Zone's good.
I think Sky Zone's like good. They even have the lower end market. Like, why are you gonna buy Fat Sharks if you're gonna spend less? You can get a Sky Zone goggles for cheap, you know.
But I feel like if I break something, I'm gonna have a better opportunity to get it fixed with Orca than I would with Sky Zone. So that would be my choice.
Sure. No, I mean versus Fat Shark. I'm just saying Sky Zone having the low end market
Yeah.
even further pushes out Fat Shark. You know, like why
We just need a good alternative to DJI Digital. I'll tell you what, if Orca tomorrow came out, dropped, you know, a solid digital competitor, it doesn't even have to be like 100% like right on par with DJI, but just got to get away from that, like sort of that digital lag. If they had like analog breakup instead of digital lag, I would be sold. I would switch tomorrow.
a lot of people
Switch tomorrow.
I think they would crush it too if they could do a module. Imagine that if they could just do a digital module, and you wouldn't have to buy goggles or anything.
Right.
You could just use your existing goggles
Yeah.
with it. They would make so much money if it was even half as good. It was just slightly better than Fat Shark. You know, they crush it. But they're a fancy company, and see, Orca, everybody forgets, is they're not an FPV company. They're a technology company that does a ton of different stuff. They just happen to be fans of FPV, so they made Orcas for FPV. So they're doing their own freaking thing. They got plenty of R&D money and all that. They got U.S. military contracts. They're developing night vision for the U.S. military. Like, they're doing their own thing. They're just also hooking us up and making some FPV stuff on the side.
But that's almost what you need in order to make it successful.
Especially HD, the R&D for that, from what I hear, is in the millions. You know, you need a ton of money to develop.
Sure.
Even to use somebody else's, like Fat Shark just used Vivifly's HD system. That's nothing new. That's Vivifly. I think I'm saying that right. Vivifly's stuff. They just repurposed it into Fat Shark. You know,
but it's a shit show. It's an absolute shit show, though. From at least what I've seen, and I see a lot of people trying to fly it, and I'm just like, but why? It's so bad.
May as well go analog or DJI at that point. You're getting a big old VTX. You're getting subpar video. At least you don't have to like register your VTX in a computer to fly it. I guess it has that going for it.
Yeah, I mean that is sort of one shitty thing. Is like, you know, I've always thought to myself, well, if I dive something, you know, here's my email attached to this VTX. If they get, you know, if it lands somewhere where it shouldn't, type of thing. I know who I am. I register all my shit to encrypted emails, though.
Yeah,
no, that's out. Fuck it. but
I use Proton Mail myself.
You know, but it's just like if you're gonna put it on there, you know, there's a potential you're gonna lose that shit, right? And whatever data is on that fucking thing is there. So I mean, a lot of people, man, in the chat. It's a split audience. So you got some people that say fuck DJI, and then you've got some people that are, you know, they don't want to deal with the analog breakup. I mean, I think if you dial in your shit, the analog breakup is minimal, you know, depending on where you're at. But it's constant cat and mouse. Yeah, you get good video.
Get great video. But I'm, you know, I use nice rushes and everything. Not everybody can get nice rush VTXs when they need them, and nice cameras and goggles and stuff. So but also, if you can't afford that,
now, what's the frame of choice right now?
My frame, the Botgrinder AFX, the banger frame, literally the strongest frame in FPV. You watch videos and people are breaking arms, breaking frames. I have had the same 2 frames for 2 years, and you've seen how I fly. I hit everything.
Yeah,
I crash into everything. But I've had the same 2 frames, the same arms for 2 years. They're that damn strong. I love them. They are the strongest frame for freestyle. They're BQE, you know, just T700, like the good shit.
Did you jump to 6S yet, or are you still on 5S?
Oh, no, I've been 6S for a couple of years.
You've been 6S?
Yeah, definitely. Maybe not a couple, maybe about a year. That seems like too much. Yeah, about a year probably.
I mean, it's a big difference to me. I think, you know, as far as flight times and overall voltage sags.
It feels well, the throttle resolution. That was the thing about it. I didn't realize how good it felt on the sticks. You just have like full resolution the whole time, even versus 5S, where you will have a little bit of like lag, stutter kind of stuff.
There's no compromise.
Like, come on. But 6S is just let's go, buddy. You're going, you know.
Yeah, there really is no compromise, you know, in 6S, which is, I sort of dig that. I've been running the Apex frame for a little bit now. I've been pretty happy with it. I haven't broken anything with that. I mean, so far, I mean, I've taken a couple of good hits with it, but I've been fortunate enough. I fuck up a lot of motors like at least twice a week. But
yeah, that's something I break too. But I mean, you're hitting concrete. What are you gonna do?
I mean, it is what it is. It's the price you pay to play.
Yeah.
So, you know, while we're on the conversation of DJI, obviously, a lot of people are now interested in FPV. I know I texted you probably back in December when I was up there, and I said, hey, we got something in our hands. You want to take a look at it? And you're like, nah, keep that shit away from me.
Yeah. I hope that didn't sound too rude. I appreciate it.
But I know how you are. I know how you are. I just
don't want to promote them. I just think they're
I know you don't.
Company. So that's my whole thing. Yeah, everybody's like, it's so good. How could you not like it? Amazon ships really fast. I don't shop there because fuck Jeff Bezos. I don't want them having any of my money. McDonald's makes a great double cheeseburger, I'm sure, but I don't eat there because fuck McDonald's. You know, like I'm a punk rocker. I'm an anarchist. I come from that background. So I see a big company fucking up, not taking care of people, just being douchebags. I don't want to give them my money. DJI has long been known. I think a lot of people
they fuck
forget.
up.
I think a lot of people forget they were a cloning company like a decade ago or whatever. DJI was just a cloning company that stole other people's stuff and made products, and everybody hated them. But then they started making the Phantoms, and everybody bought it. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, this innovative drone company." Like they were just fucking Chinese sketch balls, you know, like half those other companies that clone stuff. Now it's DJI forefront in FPV. Get out of my space. That's what I say. Get out of FPV. Go make your AP drones. You do that just fine. We don't need you to make FPV drones.
It is a bit of a shit show though with what they've put out. I mean, it's an interesting product. I mean, I know people are getting interested in FPV because they obviously made it mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
What do you take that as, good or bad?
I mean, of course, I want FPV to get bigger, mainstream. I want FPV. I want it to be the next skateboarding, freestyle racing, all that.
That'd be awesome. That'd be fucking awesome.
I want it to be big. It's so fun. And the amount of people that have told me like, "Hey, I don't do drugs anymore because I just do FPV now." Like, it helps people. It's a huge freaking thing.
It definitely
is to me like skateboarding was. But I don't want DJI to be the company that brings FPV to people. Like, maybe they'll see it, cool, the commercials, but I don't want DJI to get more of a market share to where smaller companies have to go out of business because DJI is taking all the business. Right. And then all we're left with is no choices, just DJI drones or DJI goggles or whatever. What if like Orca went out of business? What if Fat Shark, who Red Cat bought, just decided to kill it? We have nobody but Sky Zone making goggles. That's it. You know what I mean? Like,
that seems to be a problem in FPV. That seems to be a problem in FPV. You start to see these conglomerates start producing products, and it's the same reason why I've started walking away from other companies as well. Like you see, like iFlight, for instance, they'll start, cloning other people's designs. You'll see T-Motor start cloning other people's designs and start really like sort of manipulating the hard work of other people's research.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be that this seems to be more of a problem in this side of the hobby than any other hobby I've seen, is people cloning other people's work, and it's almost like there's no copyright or anything. Paul, what the fuck happened?
What?
I mean, there's literally no
did your
copyright
camera
laws in
die?
China.
No, there isn't.
Frick. Holy crap.
Your camera's dead, Paul.
Yeah, my camera's dead. What the heck?
Speaking of Autel, I would like to see Autel do I would like to see what that would look like if they did an FPV drone.
Did you ever get your hands on one?
And Autel, they're too expensive. Nah, I'm not trying to go there. I hit them up to see if I could get a discount or a free one, maybe for a video or whatever, and they were like, "Nah, dog, they're back ordered." They're like, "But if you want to get on the waiting list for one," I'm good. It's too much. That's the price of my car. I'm not going to.
What would you use Autel for?
B-roll and shit.
B-roll.
But and also like I'm doing little shots around town for like people making music videos and stuff, just a little bit of like side hustle in. So a few of them have asked me if I can do that kind of shot, and I'm like, nah, I do FPV. I don't even have that shit. But like, I would be like, FPV's better, dog. Like, you don't want no AP drones, you want FPV in this.
So this is the Evo 2 Pro.
Yeah, that's what I want, dude. I was obsessed for about a week. I was obsessed with that, looking at it and shit. Like, oh my! And then I was like,
I think it's a good drone.
So it is a good drone. It is a good drone. So check it out. When this show is over, text me the address where you want. I'm going to ship this to you. Just signature required. Just sign for it, and it's yours.
With the keep?
Yeah, like yours to fucking keep.
Why would you do that? No, you don't want to do that.
No, because I have a shit ton of these. This is one of
Shut
3.
The fuck up. No fucking way, bro.
I'm serious to you. I'm serious as a fucking heart attack. I'm gonna ship it to you with you'll get 3 batteries, the RC.
Holy fuck
it. It's for yours. I'm gonna ship it to you, dude.
Bro.
I'll just send it to you. Yeah, for real. I knew you wanted one. That's why I wanted to further ask that, because I knew you were asking about it. So I'm gonna give that to you for real. Like, it's yours to keep. You don't give me nothing, dude.
To delete about you right now, real quick. Where's my phone? I need to delete my Twitter. I wrote some things 5 years ago about you that I really regret now.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Where's my Twitter? That's fucking amazing. Thank you.
But no, I know you will put it to good use. And I saw you on one of the live streams. Some dude was saying he had one. He was trying to work a deal with you. I was thinking to myself then, I'm like, I should just give him this fucking one, because I have 2 of these at the shop. And I'm like, you know what? I don't fly it that much. Like, it sits, for me, when I see gear sitting, I'm just like, I know this could be in somebody else's hands that's going to put it to good use. So I'm going to send that to you.
Insane. I'm blown away.
So
that is insane.
I know you'll put it to good use, dude.
I use that motherfucker every time, every vlog. Every vlog's going to have an overhead shot in it from now on.
And I'll know every time I watch it, I'm going to be like, damn, dude. Damn, that's the Evo 2. So it's a cool fucking drone. So I know you'll put it to good use.
Put a fucking little sign on it, a little sticker or something.
You got
Little
some
piece of you.
fucking eyeballs there that keeps. I don't know what they fucking do,
Okay,
but
cool.
they
That'll
keep
do it.
shit away.
Cool. I'd say at least
keep
put a
shit
little
away.
piece of you on it. That's awesome. Fucking
So
hey,
that's-
man. Shit.
That's yours. So like literally, send me an address wherever you want it to go. We'll make sure it gets over to you. It's got a case. It's got the RC. It's got all the shit. So I'll make sure it goes out tomorrow for you.
Fucking
I'll
doing
send
it
that
right
shit
now.
out.
Watch me do it right now.
I get in a big fuck. I get in a box. I'll make sure that shit goes out safe.
I literally am texting it right now. All right, back to the show though.
So, yeah, dude, that's why it's always interesting to see like what like I always watch all the guys flying FPV, and I always wonder what do they fly when they're not flying FPV, like to get these other B-roll shots. So now I'll know what you'll fly.
Fucking A.
but it's always cool to see. So I got to ask, we all have our pilots that we're sort of inspired by. Who's a pilot that like sort of
Gap it. Every time, dog, for real.
Yeah.
I love Gap it so much. I'm such a Gap it fanboy. Like every time, it's not even a thought. I still when I want to get pumped up to go fly, I watch a 5-year-old fucking Gap it video because they're still so damn good. Like just everything about them to me, they're like the perfect FPV videos. And he's not doing crazy flippy floppy. He's just
no.
He's just jamming,
flowing, man.
He's just Gap it, having a good time, and I get so much inspiration from that.
I used to ride BMX, so like freestyle BMX. So for me, like I sort of think of this as like the older the older version of me's ability to like go through a skate park. Like that's what I have mentally in my mind when I'm flowing. But I love it, man. So I don't break as much shit physically on my body as I used to, but.
Yeah, I come from skating. A lot of us come from skating, BMX, same stuff, and find the same thrill in FPV because we're still going in abandoned buildings we shouldn't be in and doing fun stuff that gives you a thrill. You know what I mean? Like you got to have some of that still.
But that's why I can understand like why like this type of hobby would help somebody get away from drugs because like I feel like I'm addicted every time I fly, and I'll get done with the pack and like you see that progression, you're like, fuck, that was great. That was great. It's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling every time I put down the controller. It sucks when it gets dark, but I still fly when it's dark. You fly when it's dark too. I've seen you dive a couple of the buildings out in Philly.
I'll night fly. I haven't in a minute just because it's been cold and whatever. And
yeah,
I don't know, laziness. But yeah, I enjoy a good night flying, especially if it's lit up. If it's dark, it's not going to look good on video. So I don't want to risk my drones flying in a dark parking lot. It's not going to look good on video.
I'm waiting for that perfect action camera. Fuck, I'm all drunk already. That does good. That does good. No, yeah, no. We just need something that's going to be able to, do better at low light or something. Supposedly GoPro's putting something out. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, you could I put the ISO up to freaking 1600. Go out at night on a GoPro. It's still mad grainy. Even in the city with a bunch of lights, you get that grain. And you do a roll, and it's just like all the motion blur.
But it's really hard with a 1-inch sensor. I mean,
I don't know. I thought the Insta-1R was going to be good, but it's sort of It's sort of shit,
I could never get it to export and look good. Like I tried exporting it straight from, bit rate like 120, and it was still not look good coming out. I could never get it.
The color looked like shit, and it would artifact like crazy. Gearhound FPV, thank you for the 99-cent super chat, brother. I don't know. I just feel like Insta-1, they gotta work on that shit. Thank you, Metro. Appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna put that to that. I got a $256 speeding ticket the other day. So fucking
damn.
Oh gosh, what a mess.
What a shit show that was. Fucking, I'm gonna fight that shit. I'm a safe driver. I don't give a fuck what that state trooper says. Fucking cocksuckers.
So I see a lot of videos of you like flying in like Targets and IKEAs. Do you do that regularly?
No, I haven't done a gorilla. That's called gorilla whooping, when you take a 20-gram tiny whoop and you fly it around a store until employees ask you to leave, and you politely leave and apologize. But I haven't done that in about a year or two, especially because of Corona. I didn't want to promote anything like in public in my videos, but I was finally like, I haven't done this in a minute. It's really fun. It's a funny video. I have a ton of new subscribers that have never seen me gorilla whoop, so I did that video. But it's not a common thing because I do get a lot of shit from it, and I don't want to promote. Like a lot of people thought they didn't think it was a 20-gram tiny whoop. They thought it was a bigger drone. So I don't want new people seeing that and doing it and getting in trouble. Thinking I'm flying a fucking 4-inch or something, 3-inch in a damn.
Could you imagine some dumbass seeing that video and saying, "Let me fire up a 5-inch in a Target"?
That's why I don't do it a lot. That's why I show the drone in the video and why my description and I leave a comment saying what drone it was. There was this dude, Bot Killer. I did one in a Colorado mall. This dude, Bot Killer, new to FPV at the time, had no idea what it was. Used to leave me so many mean comments. You're such a piece of shit for doing that, all this. And then about a year later, when he was really into FPV, he figured out what a tiny whoop was, messaged me and was like, hey, bro, my bad. I was like, yeah, I remember you. I remember everybody that fucking talk shit. And he was like, I didn't know what a tiny whoop was. I feel like an idiot. I'm going to change my name and all this. And I was like, no, keep the name. That's awesome. Because he hated me. So he changed his name to Bot Killer and thought I was flying like 5-inch drones inside malls or whatever. And I think he was even like, I'm going to do some group with myself. That looks great. But I thought it was super cool and super big of him to hit me up, a year later and be like, I'm sorry. I just was mistaken.
It's always cool when the trolls come back because I know you got some trolls. I got some trolls. It comes with the territory, I guess, when you do this type of shit.
Definitely.
It's inevitable.
And then when you buy drones in IKEA, people are going to have some opinions about it.
But honestly, when you think about it, IKEA is a fun place to fly, though.
It was so fun. I wish I could have flown longer. It was great. Targets are fun, but you have to be careful of people.
How fast did they kick you out, though?
That was one pack, so within 3 minutes, they were definitely there. And I walked around for a minute trying to find somewhere where I couldn't see employees and stuff, too. Target? I've never gotten kicked out of a Target, though.
Let me ask you a question. When they kicked you out, did they make you go the opposite way of the arrows, or did you still have to follow the arrows all the way through the maze?
Bro, that was my first time in an IKEA. Like, I was flying, and he just said, sir, you can't fly that in here. And by the time I had landed and took my goggles off, he was gone. So I just like, okay, I'm going to go look around IKEA now because I've never been in one. And that was a mistake because that thing, by the time I was ready to leave, I was so lost. It was another 20 minutes.
You don't even know where you're at, dude.
Man, and like my stupid brain wasn't like turn around is shorter to leave the way you came in. My dumb brain was like, go all in. You can't be that far. But at the end, they had $1 slices of cheese pizza. So that was worth it. It is $1. It was pretty big. It was a good size. So
God, I love IKEA's food.
I'm going to go back. I'm just going to go to the food part, though. I'm not going to go inside the store.
Paul, you ever been to IKEA's cafe?
Yeah, the Swedish meatballs, man.
Yeah, Swedish meatballs. That's where it's at.
That's what you do.
I love Swedish meatballs. And then you went to Target. I'm sure Target
never cares. I've tiny whooped probably about 6-7 Targets in my life. Never been kicked out. I've always just landed on my own accord.
I feel like all the employees at Target don't care.
They really don't.
Target just doesn't want confrontation. Target doesn't want confrontation. I bet you could fly through Chick-fil-A with that shit and they wouldn't care. They'd probably thank you and give you a free chicken sandwich.
I wasn't homeless, but I was still really poor. Me and my buddy were hungry as shit. We're walking around trying to figure out how to get food. He was like, check this out. We went to Chick-fil-A and he's like, let me talk to the manager. And he said, manager, this is a Christian organization. Jesus would have fed us if he knew we were hungry. We demand chicken sandwiches. And the manager's like, oh yeah, dude, you guys are hungry? Like, yeah, I'll buy you some shit. Like the nicest guy ever. But he was going in there thinking like the manager's gonna be a dick or whatever, just yelling at him about Jesus and stuff. And the manager's like, yeah, for sure. You want some fries too? And we're like, yeah, hell yeah. Let's get some Chick-fil-A.
They're good fucking fries, dude.
I won't eat there no more, but we demanded some free shit from him, and it was
demanded some free shit.
It was in Georgia too, which is a little more religious. So I think
tomorrow
got a good one.
After the show is done airing, Chick-fil-A stock's gonna drop because everybody's gonna go in and demand fucking free chicken sandwiches and fries on
go to Athens, Georgia, Chick-fil-A, and tell them Brandon said that Jesus would feed you, and they will give you free Chick-fil-A. Apparently, allegedly, which I tend to agree with. If you saw Jesus and you're like, bro, I'm kind of hungry, you got an extra Chick-fil-A, he'd be like, yeah, sure, dog, here you go. You know what I mean? So here you, manager, to question the Almighty is what I say. Chick-fil-A manager.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, dude. I'm not gonna disagree with you.
Afford to give away a few free chicken sandwiches.
You know what I'm saying?
Who, Jesus or Chick-fil-A?
Well, no, Jesus can afford to give away how much he wants.
Yeah, fuck yeah, bro. He better. I want Chick-fil-A tomorrow. My thing is, I always look at this like I guess I don't give a fuck what people do. I just look at things as face value. If shit's good, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy this. I don't give a fuck what you do. I mean, that's always been my mentality. Like
for sure. And I
like a Chick-fil-A sandwich though.
I don't think any less of people that do. I have my way of looking at things
about it though.
And if people fucking like give me shit about it, like fuck you. I don't judge you. Don't judge me.
But that's the thing. I don't judge anybody. I always say like do whatever it is that whatever makes you happy is that's where it's at.
I like to add as long as you're not negatively affecting somebody else. I always like to say that.
That's true. Yeah, you gotta have that.
Like my life, I lived a pretty carefree life. I've always done what I wanted, and I've been usually pretty aware of how it affects other people's lives, and as long as it's not negatively affecting them by my actions, unless they just get butthurt for something for no actions of my own and whatever. But if I'm like doing something that's really hurting somebody, I'm not gonna freaking do that no more.
That makes sense.
Or whatever. I'm pretty high. I don't know. It just hit me. It just hit me.
It just hit you. What's the dab of choice?
I don't know, dog. It's just good though. It's pretty good.
It's good.
It's some crumbly.
Have you ever thought about doing like a bot grinder, like sort of line of
I have
like,
it.
You got your own?
Botgrinders.com. Oh, not weed, but I have grinders. I have dab sticks, stash boxes.
Really?
I have blunt splitters. Botgrinders.com with an S.
I appreciate
it's on the TBS website. You just go to TBS's website, get you a crossfire and a grinder.
Crossfire and a grinder. So there you go. So I know there's a lot of I have a split audience. I have like an uptight, like I have the guys that have found me from FPV and they're fucking very relaxed. And then I got the people that are like, I've got my DJI Mavic Air 2 and I'm going to fly. And like, listen, I know you're a fucking doctor during the day, but here after 9 p.m., you're a degenerate. So sit the fuck down, Charlie. Sit down, Charlie.
I know they love it. I'm sure they love it too. It's always
they love it. You know what it is? They need an outlet. They need an outlet and they got to live. Some people vicariously live through us because they're like, you know what? I wish I could say that, but I have to, I
get that. And I do try to recognize that and feel fortunate that I am able to just be me, which I kind of think everybody can. You can't because society and jobs, but you really can. You're just going to be a lot poorer and people are going to look at you like a jerk.
Yeah.
But you can if you really wanted to. You know what I mean? Like there's no physical thing stopping you from being you. Unless you're an asshole, then don't be you. Then pretend to be a good person. If you're an actual asshole, you're really you.
Right, Paul? Don't be you. No, Paul's good. Paul, the best Paul goes, he goes, so he texts me on Monday. He goes, so I got a reply back from Botgrinder. I said, oh yeah, what'd he say? He goes, how the fuck does Dobo have a producer?
I thought that was so cool. I know. I was like, this motherfucker got a producer. Jesus. I gotta set my game up.
I said, I'm gonna text him right now. He's like, well, why am I emailing him if you could just text him? I'm like, well, it's part of the fun, man. I just have you fucking do it.
It's a producer's thing. It's a producer gig.
What a producer is for. But man, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know you made a concession tonight with the girlfriend to be on the show.
But she found a ride. She was at work. I had to pick her up, but she found a ride. Awesome. It's all good. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, it's been fun. So check it out. On Fridays, Botgrinder does a live stream. What do you have? You have Discord where people can sort of chat back and forth. And I see you got this thing where people are submitting footage. And then you're sort of like critiquing. Is that how it's going on Fridays?
No, we do 2 sections for the videos. It's Friday night. Botgrinder, the first part is Patreon videos. If you're a patron of mine, $10 and up, you have access to the special secret Discord room where you post your video. So we watch your video. We watch all those. Then the other half of the show is a weekly contest. Every single week, I issue a challenge. You have to make a 1-minute video that fits the theme of that challenge. And
what's this week's theme?
This week is fly without your antennas on. Take your antennas off your goggles and try to make a sick ripping video. Last week, what was last week? I forget. But I mean, I've been doing it. We're in our 3rd season. So this is the season 3 coin. The first one was the second one was pink. The first one was green. The old ones were round. This is season 3.
Now, how do you redeem that coin, dude? That is a badass challenge coin.
So you have to win a challenge to get the coin. It's the only way. They're not for sale. You have to win one of the challenges.
Cool.
This is my buddy Forevermore. Forevermore had the idea for these, but he gets them made just from a company that makes coins.
That's amazing.
We're in our 3rd season. This is a 3rd one. People every single week, all you have to do is make a 1-minute video fitting the theme. The community, I pick my favorite 3, and then the community in the chat, in the YouTube chat, picks their favorite one, and that person gets the coin, and I mail it out to them. We do 26 coins per season. We're just now into season 3, so we have quite a few left on this.
So Paul's going to have links to Bot's channel. If you want to check out his Discord, he's probably got one of the most active Discord groups.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's fun. I mean, it's a free for all. There is no bouncers there, so you'll definitely have a good time there. He's got a badass channel. Streams happening on Friday. Videos twice a week. I mean, you got everything and more. So
yeah, Twitch stream on Tuesdays. Do it all.
Dude. You're living the dream. Well, check it out. Tomorrow you'll get tracking notification on this. I'll ship that out, dude. So.
Bro. Bro, I'm not sleeping tonight. That's way too exciting.
Dude, I'm stoked. I
fucking-
can't wait to hear when you get it and like you get a chance to put a couple of packs in it and let me know what you think. So I think you're gonna find it to be pretty fucking cool. So.
I want AP drones so bad, and it's not DJI. This is so cool.
Well,
so perfect.
and dude, being in Philly, you're gonna appreciate that. You know, with all the stuff. So all right, brother, man.
Life. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't do that.
I'm just kidding.
Don't
Total joke. Total joke.
Mikey. We love Mikey.
Yes, we do. I love Mikey. Don't fly like that.
Just be Botgrinder responsible.
I am responsible. Thank you. I appreciate you noticing.
So no, you always have some sort of standard disclaimer there. So we appreciate that. Everybody appreciates that.
Yeah, just common sense.
So we'll see you, man.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
have a good night, everybody. Camera 1 or 2? 2. Have a good night, everybody. It is 2. Nailed it.
Yeah. I look a little. Yeah.
I was trying to fix it. How about that Botgrinder, huh?
That was good, man. He's a really cool guy.
You know, it's like
I think it's really cool that you can be yourself like that and have come from that kind of background and now look you're just building your own brand, building your own business.
But that's what's important. But that's what's important. There's too much on YouTube. There's too much fluff and there's too much fake and there's too much just too much fakeness. Like people believe they have to be a certain way, that every YouTuber has to, fit a certain criteria, or you have to do a certain thing, and it's a bunch of bullshit. Like I always believe that you just say fuck the mold and you do what fits and you feel at that that given moment. But what is so cool is listening to the story, because you always see people, they're sort of down and out, but you're never really down and out. The only thing that's ever down and out is your determination to succeed. So
exactly,
that to me is fucking amazing. And I don't care. There could be maybe 100 people out here, maybe 2 or 3 people out here, maybe having a down and out type of fucking day. You hear a story like that and you're just like, you know what? It's not over. It ain't over. It's never over. The fight's never over. So I think that's man, that's just pumps me up, man, hearing stories like that. And pumps me. And who the fuck dislikes that shit? Like, there's 2 dislikes here. I warned them. I said, this stream will be demonetized. You've been warned. The 2 dislikes, fucking assholes.
I don't know.
That's that Philadelphia spirit, though, man.
I love Philly. I gotta go back and see some family.
Botgrinder's like the Rocky of drones, man. The Rocky of quads, man.
I'm gonna get
that's what it is. That's what it reminds me of. So this was a good stream, man. I had a good time. The smoke. Did you notice how he leaves and the smoke just automatically goes away?
I don't know how that works.
Gone.
It's crazy.
I don't know. It's gone.
It's like amazing how it works. Camera.
Vampire 4997. Bot is one of the realest, nicest people I know. He damn sure is. I appreciate you saying that, and thank you for that $2 super chat. Definitely one of my favorite guests of all time. So Paul, we have to have a guest next week. We got to come back with a new guest.
I've been trying to hit a few people up, but they don't. I got to get the real contact information. I keep Instagramming these.
Who are you thinking now? Who are you thinking now? I just want to hear who you're thinking, Paul.
I mean, it wasn't really I can't say it was my idea. We talked about it over the phone.
Okay, well, who did we talk about recently, Paul?
507C.
Yeah, 507C. Yeah.
Yep.
Who else?
Your mama.
Why are you gonna be so freaking ridiculous? I can't even take you serious with that shirt today. Yeah, I'm thinking that. Eddie wants me to bring this chick on the show.
Really? That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Who?
So let me pull up who he wants.
Sarah DT rhymes with Peachy?
No. It's this other chick. Let me look this up. I can't fly my drone. He wants me to bring this girl on the show, and I'm trying to find Eddie. What's her name, Eddie? I can't hear. Oh no, I found it. Never mind. I just typed it in there, and yeah. So let me go full screen on this, because Eddie thinks that this is a great idea to bring her on the stream. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not a good idea.
Does your wife approve?
I don't give a shit.
Oh, that's true.
So he wants me to bring. It's Chris
crap, my camera's
Antoinette.
about to die again.
Is your camera starting to die? This is Chris Antoinette.
Oh,
He
I've
wants me
seen
to
her
bring.
before. Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
Sony shooter. Yeah,
She's a Sony shooter. Yeah, he wants me to bring her on the show, but I don't know. I'm just.
She doesn't seem like she'd fit on this channel very well or feel
I don't know.
comfortable.
You never know. You never know. Sometimes I never judge a book by its cover. But let's just say maybe she's, on the same wavelength. I don't know. But I do feel like
some good B-roll.
She's got some good what?
She can shoot some good shots.
Yeah, good B-roll. Yes, good B-roll. Yes, good B-roll. I thought you said something else for a second there. I'm sorry.
No.
B-Man says I should get Cricket on this show. I do want to have Cricket on the show one time because, for me, he's another good reason why I've improved flying so much, not fucking around, jumping from quad to quad, just staying consistent and flying one setup. That's all I fly every single day, one setup. So, yeah. So I definitely would dig having him on. There's a couple of pilots I definitely got to have on. Easyheimer says, get Dad Random on the show. You want to have Dad Random? Let's look his channel up.
I've never heard of Dad Random before.
I've heard of him. Let's see. Why would I do this? What happened? Why would we do this? So yeah, we can do that. We can bring him on the show.
Oh,
we'll bring him on the show. All right. So Paul, you reach out to Dad Random.
I could get this guy. Yeah, sure. He's got a Twitter. He probably will respond to that.
He looks like it could be interesting. Seems interesting enough, and we'll go from there. Okay. So
we'll hit up a few people. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the people I want to hit up first. So we hit up Cricket. We'll hit up Dad Random. And then, last resort, we'll go with Eddie's option of Chris Antoinette, which I just really some reason don't think. Maybe that'd be like one of those episodes where I'm not here or you're not here and I need a co-host and I bring in Chris Antoinette.
Oh, that would be interesting.
I always have to have a female co-host.
Whoa. What?
Well, I've got you.
Oh, honey.
Honey. See what we did there? No, but really, Paul, fuck you. I'm just kidding. I love you, Paul. But tonight's good thing. So Fly High Wisconsin says maybe I can get my damn stickers. So funny story about the stickers. I did give all the stickers away when I was shipping orders out. I do have more stickers. So the little Dobo logo, the colorful Dobo logo, will be the new stickers that I'm going to be printing in the next week. When I go to the shop, hopefully they're ready. I need to ask Matt where the hell those stickers are. So the new stickers are going to be the colored logo.
Give me a stickers.
So I got it. It's coming soon. Also, if you ordered something from the Etsy print store, all the orders will be shipped hopefully between Saturday and Friday. That's my goal, to have everything shipped. And there we go. That's it. Fuck it. That was a good show. I am very, very happy with tonight's show. Anything else, Paul?
No, I don't really have anything else for you. My camera battery is like on its last leg again.
Oh, Christ, Paul, get a plug in, Paul, will you?
The funny part is I'm plugging in USB. I don't understand.
I don't know, Paul. I don't have that problem. I'm shooting on Fuji. I don't have that problem shooting on Fuji.
I have a fake Sony battery.
Okay, Paul. Say goodnight, Paul.
Good night, everybody. We love you and stay original.
I want you. I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby.
Yeah. No, honey, the show's over. I'm done. No, listen. I'll be in. I'll be back. I'll be over there soon. The show's over, and I'm just waiting to talk to Dope. Freaking heck, Ken, you loser!
I want you, I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby. Ooh, yeah. And who knew? Well, you do.
All right, I went ahead and killed it.
Good, because
So-
that was terrible. What the heck's your problem, man? Jeez, always doing that crap to me. Where's Bot? I thought we were supposed to be hanging out and smoking some
No,
weed
that's it,
together.
dude. That's it. The show's over. So
I
he
thought-
went home.
Well, I just thought
No,
we
he
were all
went
gonna
home.
smoke some weed together. I don't know.
Is that what you thought? I mean, we
That's what
can.
you
I
told me over
can.
the text. I don't know.
I mean, I still have a little bit left. Come here. I got a little bit left. You want?
Oh yeah, spray that sucker up in there, man.
There you go.
Let it-
Light it
let it-
up, Paul.
Bring it
Light
over
it
here,
up.
man.
Here, Paul. You get a little bit. You get a little bit. Everybody gets a little bit.
Everybody, there's just you and me. I don't think there's a lot of people in here or anything.
All right. Well, Paul, I just want to tell you how much.
What? How much? What?
I just want to tell you how much.
How much? You don't. Nothing. You don't. You pay me
All right,
crap.
Paul. Yeah. How much?
How much?